Yo, what's good, everybody? SOS Wrestle Talk back at y'all once again. We're at night 13 and night 14 of G1 Climax 33. But the little twist, the little caveat of these two shows is we're only getting single night action, but we're only getting single block action for both nights. So night 13 is going to be block A, night 14 is going to be block B, and then when they resume Tuesday, that's block C, and then so on and so on. So we're getting some undercard matches here. I really won't be doing much talking about the undercard matches because that's when he's the G1, it's kind of our bag, baby. You know, we can go through the undercard matches anytime, another time, but right now we're going through the G1. So like I said, so happy we're in the single block section of this tournament. Having 4 matches to review a day is actually pretty fun. So you got to sometimes combine the shows when they do that, but it's okay. Still pretty fun nonetheless. So first match you want to talk about is we got Yota Tsuji taking on and getting the victory over Gabriel Kidd. He got the victory via the spear. A little under 15 minutes right here. This is more like a fight than it was a pro wrestling match. You know me, I'm a fan of fighting, so I can always get behind that. I believe he got Yota Tsuji. I think he picked up two more points, right? I think he's sitting at 5. We can go ahead and get the point totals right after we get everything rounded up towards the end of the show. Then the next match, Block A action, of course. We have Kaito Kiyomiya taking on Ren Narita right here. Ren Narita got the victory with the Kanuki suplex around 15 and a half minutes right here. This is a very good match. So my thing is New Japan. New Japan, this is ultimately my thing. You know, y'all my favorite promotion right here. You know this. But why in the blue hell do you book Kaito Kiyomiya over here in the G1 Climax and not have him face off with Kazuchika Okada at any point? Pretty much booking him to round out the block, to pretty much be at the bottom of the block. So brilliant move by New Japan booking right there. I thought that was so great. No, that was fucking dumb. I don't understand that move at all. That's a faux pas by New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's something that I'm sure they'll be shit upon a lot, and deservedly so. Then moving on up this card, we had SANADA taking on and defeating Chase Owens right here. He got the victory via the deadfall in about a little over 9 minutes. This match is okay. I was maybe expecting a little bit more out of these guys because in the block, they're pretty much two of the elder statesmen, and Chase Owens is a solid working wrestling hand, so I expected a little more. It is what it is. It was what it was. We got that. But sometimes it's fine to have a champion pretty much get a squash match. I really don't want to call it a squash, but that's almost kind of what it was. Next Block A action, we had Hikuleo taking on and getting a victory over Shota Umino. He got the victory via the Godsend. 17 minutes, almost 17 and a half minutes. The match was okay. I'm seeing a lot of people kind of gripe about the booking decision to have Hikuleo move on and go to the 8-man final of the final 8 of the G1 Climax. And I get why New Japan has done this. And I said this to my buddy Jeff. Shout out, Strong Style Story if you're not familiar. I said it to him that New Japan, ever since, I guess you can kind of say, Lance Archer's become a full-time AEW contracted wrestler, and ever since Bad Luck Fale has kind of waned his in-ring pro wrestling career, New Japan has pretty much been lacking a guy who can be perceived as a giant. And I think that's where Hikuleo comes in and he fills that role. He's a babyface giant at this point right now, so that's a little different. But New Japan usually has a bigger guy, and they didn't really have any like big tall guys like that. And that's, like I said, where you get Hikuleo. Yeah, I'm okay with it. You kind of need to establish, if you're trying to push him as a big giant like this, you need to do the opposite of what a company like WWE would do, is like push him a little bit, then just have him fall back down the card. So they're trying to build him up, and getting a victory over Shota Umino. He defeated Kaito Kiyomiya as well. Getting victories over those kind of dudes, man, this is going to put a feather in the cap of a Hikuleo right here. So like I said, a little like under 17 and a half minutes. Thought that was a solid match right there. I mean, it could have been better for night. There could have been a better main event. I mean, but I said, it's not bad, though. It wasn't a bad main event. I'm not trying to shit on it. It was a decent main event. So, yeah, man, we might as well talk about night 14. It actually took place this morning. Like I said, I'm going to go through the G1 Climax matches, not really touch on the undercard. I mean, I guess I can briefly touch on them. First match was Doki and SANADA taking on Roye Oya and Kaito Kiyomiya. Roye Oya is going to be a fucking beast, by the way. That's one thing I took out of that. They got the victory, did the skull, and did just 5 guys. Kosei Fujita, he's more slated for the juniors. He's teaming with Team DK, as we know right now. Tanahashi gets the victory over Vegeta in the tag match with Tomohiro Ishii via the Texas Cloverleaf. Tenzan and Tama Tonga took on Jeff Cobb and Hanare. We all know who was eating a pinfall right there. Jeff Cobb was able to put away Tenzan, Tour the Islands. Textbook stuff right here. Next tag team match, we had David Finlay defeating Togi Makabe and teaming with Chase Owens. David Finlay, of course. Teaming and taking on Eddie Kingston and Togi Makabe. We know Togi Makabe not being in G1 is taking that loss. We just know how these things roll. And then we had our last pretty much 8-man, multi-man match of the night before we get the G1 action. Sorry, I can speak English. We had Los Ingobernables, De Japón, Naito, Shingo, Takagi, Yota Tsuji, and Bushi getting a victory over House of Torture / Bullet Club's Evil, Yujiro Takahashi, Sho, Dick Togo getting a victory via Destino in about 9.5 minutes over Dick Togo did Tetsuya Naito. We have starting off, easy for me to say. Starting off Black B action on the night, we had Yoshihashi taking the L to Kenta right here, bringing his record to Kenta being 0-4. This is a solid match, and I'm glad the ending was not what I thought it was. Sometimes a surprise roll-up is actually good. It showed that Yoshihashi's close, man. He's close to getting that victory over Kenta, but Kenta just stays that much cunning, that much more conniving, getting the victory, getting 2 more points right here for himself. Then we had the next match right here. Via submission, we had Great-O-Khan taking on and getting a victory over Taichi, 17.5 minutes right here. Love this match. Love both these guys. The argument that Taichi just now start becoming good is actually a false argument. Taichi's been good for a long ass time. Better yet, I'll correct myself. Taichi has always been good. And y'all know how I feel about the Great-O-Khan. I'm glad he can close out his tournament with a win. I'm kind of wish Taichi would have had a little bit better showing. Maybe the same for both of these guys. Maybe I wish they both would have had a little bit better showing. But we know that's not how everything happens. Sometimes motherfuckers got to lose, man. And so then we had the semi-main of this show. We had Kazuchika Okada, and yeah, like I said, Kazuchika Okada taking on and getting the victory over Tonga Loa. He got the victory a little under 13 minutes. Got the victory via the Rainmaker right here. He advances to the quarterfinal. And this was okay. This is probably one of Tonga Loa's better matches. This is just a Sunday for Kazuchika Okada. We all know this. Solid penultimate main event match right here. And I'm actually kind of proud of Tonga Loa. He's did okay work here in this G1. Far vast improvement from his first G1 appearance so many years ago. So I'm glad he could be slotted in here and look pretty decent. Look okay, man. And in the main event, a fucking amazing main event. Man, you need to watch this match. This might be the match of the weekend. People watch a lot of wrestling. I've been watching a lot of wrestling the last couple of days. I don't know. It's definitely up in the top 5, if not the top 3. We got Will Ospreay taking on and defeating El Phantasmo via the Storm Driver 93 in about 18 minutes, almost 19 minutes pretty much. He advances to the quarterfinal. He cut an amazing babyface promo after the show right here. And Will Ospreay, man, El Phantasmo too. These guys are doing amazing work as far as the Gaijin side over at New Japan Pro Wrestling. I enjoy both of these 2 shows, man. Saturday and Sunday, night 13 and night 14. Very disappointed that Kaito Kiyomiya did not make it to the final 8 in the quarterfinal. It's pretty disappointing if you ask me. While I got you guys here, I might as well bring up the G1 standings. Bear with me as I look at this. Had to make sounds. I'm looking up. All right. Now I'm about to bring up the final standings right here. Let's see what we got. So, Block A, final standings. SANADA, record of 7-0, 14 points. Hikuleo, record of 4-3 with 8 points. Yota Tsuji, 3-1, totaling 7 points. Shota Umino, Kaito Kiyomiya, Ren Narita, all with the same record, 2-3-2, equaling 6 points. Gabriel Kidd, 2-4-1, 5 points. And Chase Owens, bottom out the block, 2-5, 4 points right here. So, Block B, we had Kazuchika Okada with a record of 6-1, equaling 12 points, winning a block for himself. He didn't necessarily win the block, but he goes to the quarterfinal. Second in that, we got Will Ospreay, record of 6-2, 10 points. Taichi, El Phantasmo, Tonga Loa, Kenta, Great-O-Khan, all with a record of 3-4, totaling 6 points right there. And Yoshihashi bottoming out the block with a record of 2-5 and 4 points. C block, we had all these guys had 8 points. David Finlay, Evil, Eddie Kingston, 8 points, record of 4-2. Tama Tonga, with a record of 3-2-1. Same with Shingo Takagi, both these guys 3-2-1, totaling 7 points. Mikey Nichols and Aaron Henare with a record of 2-4, both totaling 4 points. Tomohiro Ishii finishing out the G1 with a record. Well, he's not necessarily finished. These guys still have a lot to go. So C block and D block are not finished. So I misspoke right there. Correct me. We still got a couple days to go in G1 block finalization action. So these spots and slots can be changed. So this is a present time currently in D block. We have Jeff Cobb leading the block with 8 points. Zack Sabre Jr. and Tetsuya Naito are tied with 8 points as well, but I give the tiebreaker to Tetsuya Naito. He defeated him in head-to-head action. Hiroshi Tanahashi and Hiroki Goto both with a record of 3-3, sitting on 6 points. Shane Haste, Alex Coughlin, and Toriano, record of 2-4, equaling 4 points right here. So I'm going to bring up the next time we have New Japan action. I believe it's on Tuesday, but I got to check just to make sure because your boy could make mistakes. And let's see what our main event is going to be of this show. Main event's going to be Shingo Takagi versus Evil. We get, like I said, a C block action. So we get Tomohiro Ishii versus Mikey Nichols, Tama Tonga versus Aaron Henare, or just Henare, Eddie Kingston versus David Finlay. That should be interesting. And the main event, Shingo Takagi versus Evil. And y'all know where to check out the results for that stuff, man. Check us out, SOS Wrestle Talk. Please be sure you subscribe, man. If you like the video, man, just go ahead and subscribe. I don't know why you didn't subscribe first anyway, bro. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Price subscription is $3.99. I'm your boy, the Pro Wrestling Fly Guy, Stardust Shiaku. I'm signing off. I'm up out of here. Peace.